What's up, everybody? Welcome.
What up, GFGM?
Hey, good to
Hello.
have you guys.
Yeah, super excited for today.
Sorry about the technical difficulties.
Yes,
Little bit
yeah,
of a delay,
yeah.
First,
First time on YouTube Live, so we're
yeah.
figuring out all the little things.
Yeah, fun fact, we were actually like 5 minutes into our thing before we found out that we weren't actually live yet. So we got a practice run.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Or we've rugged
And that one
ourselves.
went really, really well.
That was
Hopefully
perfect.
this one doesn't.
Perfect.
Perfect.
If only
All
you
the
could have seen
alpha.
how good it was.
First
Oh,
take.
man.
First take.
Yeah.
Awesome. So let's kick this off. I want to welcome everyone who's here to our first ever YouTube Live Town Hall. We have a lot that we want to cover today, and a Twitter space just wasn't going to do it justice because we want to pair a lot of this with visuals because there's just a lot of info that we're going to go run through. But before we get started, I want to introduce myself and the team. My name is Klon. I'm a co-founder and creative director. Below me is Link, also co-founder and head of content. Below Link is Jarvis, who's head of product at Cool Cats. And then last but not least is the CEO, aka Chief Cool Cat, Steven. And so, without further ado, I'll let you kick it off, Steven.
Let's go.
All right, let's do this. Thanks, Klon. It's great to be here. Wow, the last 4 months have really been a terrific experience for me. A lot of work. We've had a lot of fun, but we also realize we have a lot more to do. And so today is a little bit more about what we're going to be doing. First off, I appreciate everybody for showing up today, being patient with us for the last few months as we come to this moment. We've been on a sprint, and I want to thank the entire Cool Cats team for their hard work and to the community council for their input. When I first joined the Cool Cats team, like all of you, I saw the tremendous potential in the brand and its IP. But we almost had too many directions that we could head in. We needed a sharper vision, and what we were building towards, we needed a clear picture. Today, we're going to share our direction. The team's going to take you through what we built, our growth plans, and most importantly, how we're going to make it happen. It's worth taking a minute to reflect on what we built in 2022. We released Cool Pets and Cooltopia. Our community significantly increased. We doubled the Discord members, and we brought in a ton of new fans into Twitter. We delivered a best-in-class, in-real-life experience, bringing Cooltopia to life at NFT NYC, probably one of our proudest moments. This was my magic moment with Cool Cats. It was my first introduction to Cool Cats when I was there last summer. We introduced dynamic NFTs during World Cup time, during the football and soccer tournament. We launched merchandise for our fans. We also learned a lot. We made some mistakes. We announced some things that we haven't delivered on because we didn't have a strong foundation to build from. A key learning was Cooltopia Game and Milk. It was a great concept. We executed and brought something new to Web3. Unfortunately, it was a grind. The game became a burden, milk became inflationary, and the community didn't respond as we thought. A learning moment. Promising land and the Joe Drop, for example, are great ideas, and we need to be thoughtful on how they tie into our long-term plan. When and how we introduce a new character should be timed around storytelling integration, and it will. We're proud of what we built in 2022. Equally, we learned a lot. We learned to listen to our strong community. That being said, we're not slowing down. We'll continue to be bold, try new things, and sometimes not everything will work out our way. We accept this. While we may not be perfect in executing every idea, we will strive to be perfect on recovery. Continue to expect changes and pivots as we grow in this dynamic space. So, what is our vision? Cool Cat's vision is to become the leading entertainment brand that celebrates cool through community-centered storytelling, ownership, and innovation. Now, there's a lot there. So what does this all mean? What we're building towards is an entertainment brand, not just an NFT project, not a gaming company. We're building a global brand that will entertain multi-generations. I will go into what cool means and defining celebrating cool in a few minutes. But the vision paints a clear goal for us. We want to build Cool Cats into a global brand that millions will know, while leveraging our Web3 roots and being community centered and innovation led. Cool Cats is here to stay. We're not building for the next quarter, the next year, or even the next 5 years. We're building for decades to come. We'll always be rooted in Web3 and we'll work to onboard more and more fans into this space. But we also want to be able to share the magic of Cool Cats and Cooltopia with the rest of the world and become a household brand that every family can enjoy. We want cool to be something everyone can relate to. Now, that's a broad term, cool. What do we mean by that? To us, cool is a personal vibe, something that each of us already embodies today. Cool is showing someone kindness. To us, cool is being brave and flexing your creative side to the world. To us, cool is about being authentically you. We'll be introducing our Be Cool campaign in the upcoming weeks. Now let's spend a minute talking about our Cool Cats brand values. We've defined our brand values. They are simple and direct. Foster inclusivity, be accessible, and inspire creativity. The new products we introduced today are perfectly aligned to these values. The team will be sharing these products with you later today. As we become a storytelling brand, it's important to share our brand position. Our content and product is geared to our multi-generational audience. To achieve this, our story needs to be written and developed for an adult market with a cool factor. You may be asking why. With all animated content and characters, they tend to lend themselves to the cute and to the family. To offset this, content needs to be written a bit older to capture that market. The younger audience is always inspired by what their older friends are watching and engaged in. Gravity takes over, and this audience enters the space. To give you an example, think of a Pixar film. Kids want to watch it as they view it as cool. Adults enjoy the story and the humor because it speaks to them. Before I pass the presentation back to Klon and the team, I want to leave you with our direction. Everything we do must serve three priorities. First, engage our holders. We know we have some debt we need to make good on, and we need to provide more value to our Cool Pet holders. We will increase our community sentiment through transparency, strong content and product execution, and frequent communication. We'll hold monthly town halls to share our progress, learnings, pivots, and what's new. Plan on regular updates. And we'll onboard new users. We have over 225,000 Twitter followers and 11,400 holders. With the new products and content that we'll be sharing today, we'll be welcoming them into our Cool Cats community. Now it's time for me to pass the presentation to Klon and the team, who will take you through the rest of the presentation. Be cool.
Thank you so much for all of that, Stephen. It's good for us to always be on the same track with kind of internally what our messaging is and brand vision. And so with that, we also have to update our brand elements. When we started Cool Cats back in May of 2021, we never expected it to blow up the way it did. And because of that, we never really put in the time to flesh out our brand identity. But because of our new team and strategic vision, it felt like the right time to update our branding as we enter a new chapter of Cool Cats before we venture out, to new audiences. So starting with our parent logo, because this will be the first touch point to many people, it's time that our logo is looking forward to the future with a bold new look. A lot of time and thinking went into this creation of the logo. We tried stretching it in all different ways. We went edgy, we went abstract, we went hyper minimalist, we did super cute, but ultimately it kind of came back to the original logo because we didn't need to reinvent the wheel. Blue Cat is the star of the show and the character that we all fell in love with in Web3, and needs to be the face of the company. As you see Blue Cat, it's Cool Cats. So paired with Blue Cat is a hand-drawn Cool Cats text logo that works well in all different situations and sizes. To date, we've been known for our explosion of colors, which will always remain a part of the brand through illustration. But with this new rebrand, we needed to hone in on which colors mattered most. The obvious color is Blue Cat, but after that, we want to focus on using primary colors. We have Joe Red, Treasure Yellow, and Raynor Blue as a way of still feeling vibrant and colorful without literally using a rainbow. Next up is our website, and redesigning the website was very important to us. It's been given a full redesign both visually and functionally. For a long time, our website was serving a different purpose, but with our new strategic vision, content is what we're heavily focused on. So we needed a one-stop shop to be the hub of all things Cool Cats. Instead of depending on our social media accounts where information can easily get buried or lost in the noise, our website will contain all of the most up-to-date information that Cool Cats is releasing, from comics to videos to blog posts, you name it. It'll all live on the website. And so now that you've kind of gotten a sense of the look and feel, what's next? And I'll pass it back to you.
Well, you've seen our brand direction. You've seen the brand creative. Now it's time to talk a little bit more about what we want to build, why we want to build it. We have an ambitious goal to grow our community to over a million members in the upcoming years. The question is how? Well, it needs to be twofold. Our first focus is going to be on growing our audience through content and partnerships. We want to leverage our storytelling to capture the new audience groups and tell them about us and the Cool Cats. Once we've captured our audience, we'll engage them through an immersive products and experiences that are building around Cool Cats brand and the greater world of Cooltopia. To make this happen, I'd like to invite Link to share our content direction.
Thanks. This is where I get really excited. I'm excited for the rest of it, but this is what I live for.
This is the fun part.
Yeah. For me, this is the fun bit. So I'm going to talk through our content strategy, but don't worry, I'm gonna keep it relatively short. But we know that our content needs to tell our brand story, be relevant, and grow our audience. The focus of our story will be Blue Cat, making the character relatable, taking you along the journey as it unfolds. But in 2023, things may get a little bit dangerous for Blue Cat. And after the huge success of NFT NYC, we want to make sure that everyone can be brought into the world of Cooltopia via our content as well. And of course, we can't forget about all the other characters we'll find along the way, like Cool Pets, Joe, and Ardy. And I know Klon is like, oh, I've got these characters that I've had for ages, which is like exciting for us.
You're talking about a little danger. Now I'm worried for Blue Cat.
I mean, we're all worried. Where's he gone?
Yeah, we're still stuck in the void.
I know. Whoa. We're here right now. But as well as that, we have a detailed plan that mixes informational and fictional content that we're eager to start executing on. We want to provide as much quality content as possible, with each piece of content starting off with a written short story. And then this story can be repurposed into a comic strip, short form video, a tweet thread, and you can even expect some experimental content as well. Yeah.
So as Link is capturing these eyeballs, we need to have engaging products to complement that content, or else it all goes to naught. We need to onboard new people, and the content's going to do that for us. We're going to cover a lot here today, especially on the product side. So I pardon me for talking the whole time. But rest assured, Jacqueline and the social team are ready to go, and we'll roll out all this info in digestible chunks over the next 2 weeks or so. But before we dig into the new stuff, let's address the elephant in the corner of Cooltopia, Link.
Yeah. So with Cooltopia version 1, which is effectively our old website, we designed and built it around a set of expectations and fell short of meeting the needs of all of our holders. So while everything felt innovative at the time, we realized that building and maintaining it was much more effort than we anticipated. Many will probably agree that some larger changes are overdue. But now we need to stabilize the website experience, starting off with a very minor change that you might have already seen, which is we've moved the MeowPad into a new URL, so it makes it easier to maintain. So now it's meowpad.coolcatsnft.com. And then what we're going to do is we're going to turn off the faucet. So 1 week from today, passive generation of milk will be turned off. You'll have to claim your milk before the week runs out, or else accumulated milk will expire. Cooltopia version 1 will continue to run, and you'll still be able to actively quest to accumulate milk. We will be creating a few different milk sinks along the way to burn off chunks of the supply, and we will keep you updated in our town halls. While this isn't ideal, it's the right thing to do, but we wouldn't do this without giving you all something else to use your cats and pets on. So now for the fun stuff.
Now the good stuff. It's about time we turned off that faucet, huh?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
all right, so let's talk NFTs real quick. We realize that we haven't actually been overly transparent as to how our ecosystem is even structured. Um, and as we started this exercise a few months ago of like, who are we and what are we to become? It's like, well, what do we have and what do we have to build from? So we created an illustrative example here of the pyramid. And really the easiest way to compare like our NFT tiers going forward would be to, imagine like a basic tiered membership pass with each tier allowing the same access to content, but each tier allows you slightly variation or early access to different perks. Where cats will always have the earliest and best access to everything we do, closely followed by the pets and characters and friends, and those will be followed by the explorers. More on those soon. We have some other NFTs that give you access to one-time activations like CCFC and Milk, but both of those tokens are not intended to be membership tokens, and we need to be clear about that upfront. And anytime we do something or release a new thing that is not intended to be a membership token, membership into our ecosystem is not the only thing that's important to us when it comes to our holders and our community. We feel strongly that we need to start leaning into creating an ecosystem that not only motivates you to engage, but rewards it. To help us start laying the foundation for this idea, we've created the Cool Score. Cool Score is a way for you to visually see and interact with the ecosystem in a fun and meaningful way. The Cool Score will allows us to start doing some important things within our ecosystem from a product development side. It allows us to reward those who've been with us for a long time, as well as gives us some utility back to all of those old NFTs in our ecosystem. You know that Halloween bucket you've been diamond handing? Yeah, that too. Cool Score will also open up a pathway to the future. Will open up a pathway to future gamification and seasonality, and allows us to prioritize our holders based on engagement and not solely holdings. So the Cool Score calculation is based on your previous activity, as roughly kind of outlined here. While this is illustrative, the box sizes show you roughly the weight of each engagement point we've tried to account for. As we move forward, the more recent engagement will be heavily weighted, as well as will more than likely add a seasonality component, which will allow meaningful entry points for newcomers into the ecosystem without feeling like they've been left behind or that there's no way for them to catch up. As of the beginning of this meeting, we actually updated the website, and now there's a new profile page that you can access through the menu on the top right. We've added some achievement badges as well as a Cool Score meter on the bottom. Right now, the highest Cool Score is roughly around 2,500, and the lowest Cool Score is around 25. Link fits snug in the middle here as he continues to engage, he'll move up the leaderboards over time. So just giving you a score with nothing to apply it to wouldn't be very cool. So Link, you want to run them through what's next?
Yeah. So now I've got my Cool Score and I'm at about 1,200. I'm thinking let's go on a journey. So, okay, Cool Score and story equals journeys. I'm super excited about them. So let's dive in. In journeys, you'll be able to soft stake your cool cat or pet and follow Blue's footsteps throughout Cooltopia. That's gonna be cool. This whole experience is gamified to reward engagement, making it fun and accessible. Roughly every 2 weeks, you'll be able to interact with journeys, so it's not too taxing. And also anyone can participate if they just want to explore the world of Cooltopia with us. So jump in and follow Blue. What's great about journeys is that they can follow our linear story, that over time we're looking to move into a community driven story, which I think once we get to that point, that's really going to be where the story just, takes a mind of its own. But the most important bit of information about journeys is that the first one is coming on February the 9th. And finally, you'll be able to stake your fracture. But what is a fracture?
Well, we all saw what happened to Blue. And just so you guys know, that's what we call fractures. Fractures are effectively portals that allow travel within and in and out of Cooltopia. Um, and now we have to go into a fracture behind him to make sure that Blue is going to be okay. So like Link said, we're going to start with the basic story, and we're going to be 1 or 2 steps behind Blue at all times, and eventually start going into a choose your own adventure style storytelling content that we're really excited about. Fractures are going to be a dynamic NFT, and will be your mint pass to our next character release. We're not going to tell you what that is yet, but we will reveal it in due time because it is part of the story, and that character is integral to the overall ecosystem long term. Fractures will be used in journeys, and if you want to ensure you have the rarest traits, focus on your cool score and make sure you join all the journeys. As far as the fracturement details, the only thing I could share right now is they're going to go live soon, TM, and will be free to all of the holders.
Wait. Free?
Steven, can you cover your ears? Yeah, free.
Okay. Let's go.
Let's go.
That sounds awesome. Where do I start?
You're muted.
Oh, Stephen, you're muted.
Wait a second, guys. Sorry about that. What about chugs?
Well,
who cares about chugs?
I don't think so, because we don't cry over spilt milk.
Oh, all right, let's carry on.
That's awful. I apologize.
All right, paper cats. Let's talk paper cats. When I was originally a holder, I didn't join the team until May of last year, so I don't have a lot of the history. But one of the things that was most exciting to me was the paper cats and the idea of teaching newcomers about NFTs and onboarding them in a very informative way, while giving them their first NFT all in the same process. And the reality of the situation is that many of the amazing NFT companies out there are working on their own way to onboard mass adoption. And unless we focus on what we do best, which is the community, the art, and the utility, we're never going to compete. So paper cats are going to get a bit of a glow up. Paper cats are now explorers. Explorers will have a lot of new product features that we feel will resonate well with the community as well as our future holders. First, they'll be fully customizable avatars with assets being tradable, as we're seeing, and as we're seeing other blue chip collections doing the same thing. We're all in alignment here. We believe that customizing your mood based on we believe that customizing based on your mood, the season, a journey should be your choice, and we want to facilitate that. What we're looking to do a bit differently is our tech team is actively working on a tech stack that allows the explorers to become chain agnostic and multi-platform. What we mean by chain agnostic is really, we don't want to tie ourselves down to any one chain because we can't predict the future. This gives us the ability to cater to different audiences where they are most comfortable, while also creating a flexible environment for us going forward. Now, multi-platform is a little bit different, and it's also critical. We want to make sure you have access to your assets in any web experience that we create, as well as be able to access and purchase new assets in any of our games or IRL activations, and so on and so forth. As Stephen mentioned, and lastly, as Stephen mentioned earlier, one of our core values is to ignite the creator in all of us. And we feel that creating a platform for our holders to create and monetize assets for explorers is key. We'll continue to refine the model over time to find a way to vet designs and give the right tools to the right people so they can design and make money off of the assets they create. But we're going to leverage our community council going forward to help create that platform. Explorers are a work in progress and definitely subject to change, We're not going back to paper cats, but they will remain explorers. But these are, and in reality, we think these are the foundations that we need for a meaningful, long-lasting product that's gonna grow to that $1 million use case, or sorry, 1 million user use case. $1 million is okay. Enough about NFTs, Stephen.
Great job, Jarvis. Great job. And I put a quarter in the machine this time, so I'm no longer on mute.
There you go.
Yeah. So let me take a second about partnerships. We find that it's very, very critical to our long-term health of our business that any partnerships or collaborations, they meet our brand values and align to our vision. Now that we have those, we have been over the last few months also been exploring and having meaningful conversations and talks with a lot of different brands. The brands are coming from the fashion industry, the toy business, and the gaming, as well as athletic spaces. We'll be sharing more of these in the upcoming town halls as we cement these partnerships. But we do have a few that we'd like to share today, things that have been in progress that, Ryan, will you please share them? As you'll see, these aren't really prospects. These are happening now.
Of course. Yeah, like now.
Now.
So first, we all know wallet security is super important. We've seen so many hacks. I mean, some of the biggest names in the spaces are even seeing it recently. So over the past couple of months, we've been working with Ledger to create an experience to help you become more secure.
Whew, would you look at that branding on the ledger right there?
So clean. So
good.
Clean. I need like 6 of them.
Sweet.
So
6. Wow. Okay.
I mean, maybe 7.
I'll deal with 1.
All right.
So is anyone going to say 9?
I'll buy now. I'll get 9.
There you go. Perfect. So coming this month, we're working with Ledger to launch Ledger Quests. World of Women are doing it, I believe now, or they already have. We have a tailored experience to the cool cats only. That's going to be a training experience for all of our holders to make sure that we're all safe out here. Holders are going to be rewarded with 25 cool points for completing it, and they're also going to get a soul-bound custom NFT from Ledger. And you can use this NFT going forward to access a token-gated way to purchase yourself this Ledger. And now that your pet is safe, or your pet or your cat is safe, we've been in the lab with another partner, Hologram. Before I share too much, let's go, Klon.
If you caught my cat at the beginning of that, but I wish I had moves like that.
I'm sure you do if you tried hard enough. All I know is I need a hot dog.
You kind of will, right?
True.
Yeah,
good
facts. Let's tell you about what's going on here. So to give you a little background, Hologram came to us a while ago and pitched their idea of like the 2D avatars that you've probably been seeing floating around some of the other blue chip collections. We didn't think this was going to take us very far and give our community the best platform to actually like create content that would be meaningful, that they're willing to share on all of their social media platforms. So we asked to take it a little bit further with them and do 3D avatars. And we asked them to create a GIF importer / exporter. We know content's the future, and whether it's user-generated content from you all, or if it's content that's created by Klon and his team, we want it out there. Hologram stepped up and said it could happen. And, we met with them in Miami, I don't know, like beginning of December for Art Basel. And they started cranking. And what we did is we actually had all 10,000 3D assets already available from Coolverse that was developed for the game that we were working. So we're repurposing those. We moved them over to Hologram, and they're able to implement them. And boom, now we have an amazing product for you all to create content on. The beta starts next week, so super soon. We're going to open up a channel in the Discord later today for you guys to sign up if you're interested in getting your cat. We're able to take about 50 people in the first wave, And if we get more than that, we'll prioritize who entered based on their cool score. And don't worry, if you only hold a pet, you can still sign up. You'll be able to use the base Blue Cat for creating some content. You'll be able to take videos, GIFs, their skeletal tracking. It's pretty incredible what they've been able to create, and it's only getting better. Like we're working with them daily, like different features and testing different things. So hopefully you guys all enjoy it, and it really gives a cool use case to the cats. And so speaking of Blue Cat, Steven, you want to update everybody on Macy's?
Yeah, that'd be great. Love to. First off, that was a lot of fun for all of us when we went through the Macy's campaign back last at the end of 2022. We appreciate everybody's overwhelming support from the community to make this happen. Without you, we wouldn't be in this position. So we're thankful. We are building big plans for Macy's. We've decided that this is where we will showcase cool cats in 2023. Similar to the experience we put on last year at New York's NFT, NYC, we'll work to host our holders as well as welcome new explorers during that Thanksgiving Day weekend. We considered South by Southwest and ultimately decided that for the moment that we're trying to accomplish, we'll get 30 million viewers and 3.5 million on-site participants during Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. It's a significantly broader reach for us than the 250,000 attendees at South by Southwest. We've been working closely with Macy's over the last few weeks, and we've reviewed the first pass of the balloon. The balloon is absolutely massive. As it floats past Central Park and down 6th Avenue, we will all be very, very proud. We are very, very thrilled and excited for this moment.
Yeah, one funny thing about meeting with Macy's that I've just never have thought about is like, how do we make Blue Cat aerodynamic? And that thought has just never occurred to me until those.
Was that something they asked?
They brought it up. They're like, we'll have to go through a stage of aerodynamics. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Crazy what they
Amazing.
It's going to be like 35 to 40 some feet. It's just massive.
It's going to be
massive.
That sounds cool.
And I signed up Tasty Snacks, myself, and the Good Night, and we're all going to be pulling ropes and holding it down on the way on the course. So let's talk about one last thing. We realized last year that we're not a gaming company. We learned that the hard way. And as Steven mentioned in December, we've partnered with a company that has access to a lot of companies that actually do know what they're doing. Leveraging our connections through Animoca, we already have a mobile game in the works. The image shown here is from the devs, and it's a teaser of the first mobile game. We'll share more details in the next town hall, but just know that we are working, we are building. There is a game in process. We get access to the alpha build in the next 6 to 8 weeks, and we're excited to share it with you and build out in the open with you. So with gaming, new NFTs, all of our partnerships, we're going to be building in the open, keeping ourselves accountable by keeping you guys up to date.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for sticking with us through this whole thing. Hopefully you're excited and as pumped up as we are. We have a lot of things coming up our way, but our next chapter is now beginning.
Hasn't it already begun?
Wait. Jarvis, did you take a snapshot recently?
Yeah, last night, midnight.
Oh, okay. So everyone should look for in their wallets at some point today. It'll be drop something.
Yep,
everyone's so mysterious. I love it.
We don't know what.
I mean, we could share. So everyone is going to be getting their fractures. If you owned a cat or a pet as of midnight last night, you're going to get your fracture airdrop to you today. As soon as ETH stops pumping and gas settles down, we'll get those out to you.
So
that's cool.
All right.
Let's go. Looks like a fracture is opening up on screen, and it's our cue to go. So before we leave, we like to